If that garage door has become a pain in your arse, there's only one man to call, and it's Joe Welker, your garage door man. The tax man, Tim Marquez, will help you net your tax refunds. He's been doing this for 35 years. You can trust the tax man. Make sure you keep your roof watertight with Pelican Roofs SoCal so you can get back to catching more fish. And you can trust Mario Vega with your estate planning. Make sure your rods and reels and fishing equipment go to the right person when you plot.
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast. Your Phil Friedman, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, bluefin, yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. Tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. So give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Friedman Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a morning briefing. Morning briefing.
And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, make sure you give John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. There's nothing like fishing with Captain Daniel Hadaway on the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing. And the El Patron, headed to Catalina Island every single day out of Long Beach Sport Fishing. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. That's some pretty darn big surf out there. Looks like one of those days where I could get wiped out by a wave. Well, one can only hope. It's really great to be with you all. It's a beautiful start to another week, and fishing is absolutely fantastic right now. We're going to check out the long-range situation. Yellowfin Tuna surged closer to San Diego. Some great fishing for YFT yesterday, and also going on again here this morning. Our friends to the south in Mexico, Ensenada, Baja California, continue to catch copious amounts of bluefin tuna. And is there a little spurt of yellowfin in there this morning? We're hearing a little noise out of some of the pangueros down in that neck of the woods. The Filipino Mafia with a big dam, the Thunderbird. Great fishing for them. Tanner and Cortez Bank continue to impress. Another halibut special on board the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing. That's coming up on Wednesday, but they had some great fishing up there over the weekend. And of course, we're going to check out San Francisco, the islands, the surf, and so much more. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, is that good? And is it fantastic to be with you all once again? We'll give it the Tootsie Report. I don't want to get washed out to sea, however. Just kidding. Let's do it and see what this water temperature feels. Still pretty darn warm, if you ask me. And look at those sets rolling in here this morning. There's some big surf, no doubt about it. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Share these videos everywhere. Make sure you subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and tick that rotten, filthy, deplorable, disgusting, awful little bell, because you'll be notified when there is new content. You can also follow us over there on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. I've got a date that I want you to put on your calendar. I haven't confirmed it yet, but 90% sure that we're going to have fan appreciation Christmas party, big raffle, down there at 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California on December the 13th, like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll get that all ironed out here in the next week or so. But put that day aside, come down, have some food, have some delicious cookies that Mad Dog's grandma will make for us all. Mad Dog Customs, putting out some of the most beautiful rods you could ever imagine. In fact, his mentor over there at Z Custom Rods, Chuck Zimmer, says he's really learning fast. So really great to have those two guys along with us. You'll be able to meet Mad Dog. You'll be able to meet Chuck Zimmer, the guys from Life Like Plastics. A video on how they pour those plastics and where they do it just went up this morning on Facebook. Will air at 12 noon here on our Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. So December the 13th, keep that in mind, as we would love to see you down there at the landing. Good time to come in and see the studio, take some photos, have some fun, and we'll also be asking you to bring a new unwrapped Christmas gift for a child. That would be something that would warm our hearts, so we can get that down to Mexico and take care of some other folks here in the United States that also could use our help. December the 13th is going to be the day, almost totally confirmed. 2 live shows today. Danny Cadota at 4 o'clock from 22nd Street Landing. The dog and I will be down at the landing about 2 o'clock this afternoon, hanging out there till 5 until we run over to Island Fishing Tackle to visit with our dear friend Sam De La Torre and do tackle shop confessions. So a lot going on here. All right, I know you want to hear about the fishing. Shut up and start telling me what's going on. Let's start long range. We're talking 8-10 day trips out of San Diego on the greatest fleet in the whole world. Our long-range fleet out of San Diego is magnificent. And we've got Kevin Kwan, who is the owner of Young's Fishing Tackle in Bellflower, California, on board the mighty Independence. And they're having a lot of fun with Yellowfin and Wahoo yesterday. They've really been hitting it hard and doing quite well. Some nice size Yellowfin Tuna. There's been some shark problems out there at Lejos Rocks, however. So you get on that Yellowfin Tuna, and once in a while you are shark free, but most of the time you got those sharks really destroying some quality catches. You fight a yellowfin for a while and the thing goes away or is devoured by one of those toothy critters. So that has definitely been a problem. It was a problem for the Intrepid yesterday. They had those nice big YFT 60 to 100 plus pound yellowfin being caught out there at the rocks, but the sharks became a big problem. They also had some Wahoo, other boats down in that neck of the woods with yellowtail, with Dorado, with yellowfin tuna, with Wahoo. The variety in the fall is fantastic, and we're definitely seeing some of that with a few problemas with the tiburon, the sharks down there in that neck of the woods. Let us talk about Ensenada, and we're going to switch over and talk a little bit about my co-host Paulina Varela down there in beautiful Ensenada, because Paulina was out with her lovely mother Berenice and my dear friend Foca, who is their captain, and they put the wood to the bluefin tuna. Bluefin tuna fishing in Ensenada has been fantastic here recently, and it's continuing that way. It's about a 20-25 mile run until you start seeing foamers of bluefin tuna up on the surface. Now, some of those fish are being taken by trolling Mad Mac type lures and other lures. In addition to that, others are being taken by throwing a small shiny jig, like 120 gram jig right in the middle of those foamers, and they are biting it, man. Most of those fish are 15 to 30 pounds, some bigger, some smaller, and they're biting those jigs. Dawasakana, Colt Sniper, that kind of lure really, really well. And I'm telling you, the Tuna Riot poppers work great in this kind of a bite. It's really been fantastic fishing down there in Ensenada, Baja California. It's been great, and it's so good to see Paulina and her mom and Foca catching some fish down there in that neck of the woods. And there's a variety of other guys that are catching fish down there. Out there on Punta Banda, Blackfin sport fishing, Mara sport fishing, Little Horse sport fishing in beautiful Ensenada. They are all over the BFT right now. Good weather, and not too far to the south of them are some yellowfin tuna and I was hearing that there was a couple of yellowfin tuna before I came down here on the beach taken by some of the pongeros. It could be that it's ready to happen down there in Ensenada also. Most of that fish is about 20 miles to the south of them, but hang on everybody. I'm liking what we are hearing. Really great stuff going on. Let's talk about SoCal and bluefin and yellowfin. Even occasional dorado and a skipjack. Those are all warm water species. The bluefin, not so much. Although the bluefin has the ability to regulate its body temperature so it can find itself in a variety of different water temperatures. But yellowfin, skipjack, dorado, those are warm water species, and that's why it is such a good sign. And man, what a day they had yesterday on board the Tribute. We reported to you yesterday on the morning briefing that they were all over the yellowfin tuna. They end up catching limits of yellowfin tuna. That is fantastic. 7 bluefin tuna, 12 yellowtail. Most of the yellows on the kelps are smaller. The yellowfin tuna look to be in the 15 to 25 pound class, but there's some 40 to 60 pound YFT running around. They will bite those poppers full speed. They'll bite those small chrome jigs, and they love to chew on a good hot sardine, 25 pound fluorocarbon. Sometimes this bite gets going so well that you can bump up to the 40 pound and get a bite on that. Yellowfin tuna seem to bite with way more consistency than the bluefin, and they are more voracious. That is, that they turn on and will eat everything you throw at them at times. Other times they're a little finicky. So keep choosing that good hot bait. It really does make all the difference in the world. Our very own Scott Buchert. Yes, we love Scott. He does such a great job. He went on a busman's holiday yesterday. He had the day off and decided to jump on board the Producer, and he is so happy he did. He said, Phil, it was good. Really, really good. Chasing around porpoise, looking for sonar marks, limits of bluefin, or pardon me, limits of yellowfin tuna on board the Producer. Also, they had 18 yellowtail, 80 yellowfin tuna, 8 skipjack, and 1 flathead, a dorado. So really good stuff. Our friend Jeff Lingle is keeping it honest down below. He's down there in that 160 to 200 plus mile area. He runs a yacht out of San Diego, California, and Jeff's been down there. Yesterday, he had decent fishing on bluefin in the 35 to 55 pound class. No kite fish yesterday, but he had that fish, a lot of sinker rig fishing. He's been blessed with some live squid here the past couple of days. So he's been catching bluefin sinker rig fishing with that live squid, but he's also gone in on the beach yesterday, 4 white sea bass. Here this morning, Monday morning, last time I talked to Jeff, 3 white sea bass on the beach. So really great fishing. He's been catching these big, ginormous sand bass. Also on that live squid, says he's starting to run out. But the word is that a yacht down there might have some squid, so he's trying to make that connection right now. Way to go, Jeff. Keep it up. Rock and roll down there in that long zone. You know, just thinking out loud here, we've had white sea bass literally from San Francisco to 200 miles and beyond that at Cedros. Man, what a stretch of sea bass we have seen here in recent years. It has come back, that fishery, to be so healthy and so vibrant. It is really, really great stuff. San Diego leaves in the morning, comes back in the evening out of Seaforth sport fishing. Only 1 bluefin tuna yesterday. Saw plenty of fish, and that fish, that yellowfin, just needs to squirt up a few more miles, and the San Diego will be getting all over it. So hang on, their season is not over. They've got some really good opportunities that lie ahead. Now, the other place that you're going to fish bluefin tuna, this is coming out of San Diego and going down left, down below Ensenada. The other place is Tanner and Cortez Bank, and our LA Orange County based boats are still all over it. We've seen great fishing recently on the Freedom, on the Amigo, and the Thunderbird, my dear friends from the Filipino Mafia, who put on a feast of delicious food before they leave. Lechon and all kind of Filipino delectables before they take off. They had a great trip on the Thunderbird. Chris May ran the boat, and man, they had a variety of fish. Bluefin tuna, big bonito, yellowtail, and then lots of great eating. Bottom grabbers, they filled up on sheephead whitefish and all kinds of other bottom critters. So they had a great trip on board the Thunderbird, no doubt about that. Fishing also out there on Tanner and Cortez Bank. Islands, Coronado Islands, few yellows, not all that much. They're picking away at some bass over there, and then good deep water rock cut. San Clemente Island, at times some good dropper loop fishing for big yellowtail there. Also some fish breezing around the front side of the island. Not huge hits on that yellowtail, but there's a little bit around. There's been great calico bass fishing, deep water cod fishing, outstanding. Catalina Island, we continue to see a mix of a variety of different fish for the El Patron out of Long Beach, sport fishing, occasional yellowtail, some rockfish, sheephead whitefish, deep water cod if you want to focus on that, occasional barracuda, halfway decent calico bass fishing at time, especially if you drop that fluorocarbon down to 12 pound. That'll make all the difference in the world to your success, no doubt about it. December the 13th, 22nd Street Landing, Z Custom Rods, Mad Dog Customs, and a whole bunch of other great folks are going to be there to meet up with you. We'll have some food, we'll have some fun, and who knows what other mischief we might get into. Up there in the Channel Islands, there still is the possibility of a hit on the white sea bass and halibut. We've seen an occasional good hit on that. Yesterday, the Island Spirit, it was their Kids Fish Free Day. And man, check out those kids and those big lingcod on the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing. Nice hit for Captain Daniel Hottaway. I love it. And Saul from up there in the ticket office, who has also been decking on the Island Spirit. They had great rock fishing, some big lings, really great fishing. 17 lings over on the Aloha Spirit, and a nice hit for them. The Cobra, they had to be patient, but they scratched out a couple of halibut yesterday. Nice fish indeed on board the Cobra. Don't forget, speaking of halibut, the Island Spirit on their last trip with 18 anglers had 16 halibut, and this Wednesday they dedicate the entire day. Beautiful weather, gorgeous weather. They had a great trip last time. This Wednesday they go again. It should be a really great trip. Leaving an hour earlier at 6 a.m. and only focusing on halibut. And that's not to say that you're not going to catch something else, but they put all their energy toward halibut. It should be another great one this Wednesday. Ventura Sport Fishing, Island Spirit, 805-676-3474, or you can go to venturasportfishing.com. All right, really great stuff going on. Let's talk about our local fishing. And you know what? I'm going to start out with Dan and Kim, a couple of private boaters and dear Friedman Adventure family members in San Diego, California. Kim had cataract surgery. She's all ready to rock and roll. And check that fish out that she caught. She was so fond of that fish, she decided to name it. And she named it Dinner. And man, I bet that was delicious. Way to go, Kim. So happy to see you catching fish. And that's what we're looking at. Mostly on our 1/2 and 3/4 day boats, we're looking at rockfish. Deep water cod fishing's been great. You want to stay in the shallows and catch sheephead whitefish. That's been good. There's been some decent halibut fishing at times. Not wide open, but a little bit of halibut up there on the Native Sun out of Marina del Rey, or out of 22nd Street Landing. And of course, we're still looking back at that magnificent catch that Nick Ramirez made on board the Spitfire. 52.4 pound white sea bass. Tremendous catch for him. We are so stoked about that. They've been getting a few go-arounds on halibut and white sea bass, but again, predominantly sculpin, whitefish, sheephead, deep water cod. That's been the name of the game for most of the guys, no doubt about that. Daphne Lou is a great Friedman Adventures family member. She jumped on the gale force around noontime yesterday, went to Catalina Island, and said fishing was pretty darn slow. But man, hoop netting for lobster was absolutely fantastic. She ended up with 5 legals, never done better than that. Really nice hit for her, catching some, or hoop netting, some beautiful quality lobster. She said, you know, not only do we get quite a few, the fish, or the crustaceans I should say, what's wrong with me? Those lobster were really nice, big quality fish. So really great stuff going on, no doubt about that. And some of the great folks here from, of course, Surfside, California, are checking out the beach, coming down to see the morning briefing. Way to go, Daphne. So happy to see you do that. As we ride you up to Avila Beach and Morro Bay, up in that neck of the woods, great rock fishing and Dungeness crab season is open in San Francisco, and it's been nothing short of magnificent. You can take 10 crabs per angler, and pretty much on the California Dawn, they've been reaching that easily. They're doing combination rockfish and also crab fishing, and man, they limit out on the rockfish, that's 10, and then they limit out on the crabs, that's 10. You're going home with a whole lot of great eating seafood, no doubt about it. Same thing over there, lovely Martha Sport Fishing, and plenty of other rigs that are up there fishing for that stuff also. Hey, John Liu, dear friend of mine, fishing the Breakwall, I think Oceanside, I'm not exactly sure, he didn't say in his post, but he was fishing with a dear friend of mine, Nick Curcione. Nick was my college professor at Loyola Marymount University, and of course Nick is well known as an expert fly fisherman, long-range fisherman, written several books on the subject, and you know, I've had so many great years with Nick. He's really a great friend and a great person, and they spent some time at the Breakwall, fly fishing for calico bass last night, and did great. They had a whole bunch of nice calico bass, nothing really huge, but had a lot of fun fishing the Breakwall, and that is absolutely fantastic. Now, if you're gonna fish the Breakwall, don't forget about lifelike plastics. They work so well. And again, that video dropped today. You'll get to meet Greg and Ronnie and Jazzy and Jeff, and who else was there? I think that's it. I hope I didn't leave somebody out. The dog and I were there. We went over for a barbecue and had a lot of fun. You'll see that video here today, so check it out. They work great on the Breakwalls, no doubt about that. In the Southern California surf, again, we had our surf fishing extravaganza here the other day, and what made it an extravaganza was the great people that showed up. A couple of guys that I forgot to mention yesterday, Doug Tilt, Robert Graber, not only were there to greet people and have a lot of fun, but man, they brought the donuts to the party. And they brought a lot of donuts to the point where we couldn't even finish them all. We had that big halibut in the surf. We also had a big barred perch. Fishing in general has been a little bit tough here in the Southern California surf, but we've seen a little bit down there around the Hermosa Beach and Manhattan Beach, the Huntington Beach Pier. I've lost it, 100% lost it. We've seen some perch down there around the Huntington Beach Pier, also around Dog Beach, not a lot and kind of small. And then same thing here, it was pretty tough fishing for the most part for us. We get you up to Long Beach, occasional halibut on a Lucky Craft lure, biting up there in that neck of the woods. Don't forget about Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway, because they not only have all the bait you'll need, but they've got all the tackle you'll need to realize your dreams here in the Southern California surf, as well as offshore, the islands, Bluefin, you name it, they've got a Big Fish Bait and Tackle up in Redondo, kind of scratchy. Also, occasional Corvina up to around El Segundo still, but nothing all that wide open. We're continuing to watch the surf for you, and we'll have another surf fishing festival here really, really soon. 4 p.m. tonight, Danny Cadota Show. 6 p.m. tonight, Tackle Shop Confessions. Both are live, and you can participate in both of those shows. December the 13th, we're thinking about it, 90% sure, I'll let you know. Christmas party / get together / fun time / raffle / I don't know what else, but it'll be fun. I guarantee you that. Maybe a jalapeno eating contest again. I did that about 10 years ago at 22nd Street. And man, that was a lot of fun. That was really brutal, to be quite honest with you. All right, my friends, what can I tell you? There is so much going on. We're watching that YFT. That yellowfin is starting to squirt at the coast a little bit. That news out of Ensenada this morning about a couple of fish being taken down there. We'll see if we can build on that. We'll watch what happens in San Diego. This is great news. Riding right through November now. We got YFT, Bluefin Tuna, and so much more. Great trip with the Filipino Mafia. Wednesday, halibut special on board the Island Spirit, and a lot more going on here at Friedman Adventures, including 10 million views the past 3 months. And also, Wednesday night, Lobster Chronicles, brought to you by Promar. We'll be live with that great show again this Wednesday night. All right, my friends, have a great and beautiful Monday. And as always, I hope to see you really, really soon.